So we're back with another episode of the custom turbo build on my 1965 F100 with a big block Ford V8 motor. Got an alternator installed, got a new starter installed. I'm gonna leave the wiring and everything else in place while I fit up the turbo. Let's get working on the pipes. Okay, so to start off, I basically marked and started cutting apart the passenger side header here because it's the most work that I had to do. You can see I'm ripping it apart piece by piece. And this will leave me extra pieces which are useful later in the turbo project build. But I'm basically just trying to get the manifold flange with some extra pipe available so I could start building the new piping going to that. I got a pipe cut. This is going to be my main supply line going here, connecting to my header pieces. Got the turbo marked in place. I used some wood, nails, and some hot glue to basically make a stand. So this is perfectly level front, back, and side to side right now for the oil feed. I can clock and move these pieces when I need to, but they're pretty much where I need them to be. Cold going right in this way. This is exhaust and it's angled appropriately to come out. I'm going to do a little S to go out that way. And then I have the feed here from the T4. I'll have a 90 coming over here. So fabricating the passenger side manifold log that we're building here, I basically cut up the headers. You've seen in an earlier video. And then my buddy Charles had a great idea. We're going to line up this to be straight and parallel with the flange. And then go along, and we've been fisheye cutting out to the flange here so that the pipe can lay right on there. And we have to play with this more and bend these more so they're tighter before we get ready to weld. But then we'll weld it together here, weld it from the inside, and then we'll come underneath and drill through to make holes into our pipe here, which will then have a feed from the back, from the driver's side, and then the front side is obviously going to feed into the turbo. So coming along, it's lined up where I need it to be right now. Let's keep it moving. I also highly recommend having a digital angle finder. They sell these on Amazon in multiple forms. Makes it much easier. So I know my flange is this angle, and that way when I started putting the pipe on and cutting back the manifold right here, I can make sure that the pipe actually sits level to where I need it to be to the flange. Because once this bolts on, I want that to be as parallel as possible. And then even looking down the line here, you could see how this matches up with this line and here. So I have some more work to do on it, but it's definitely coming along. If you're in the garage like me, you're working with basic tools, this is all you need to build your manifold and get tight gaps like that on your pipe. So I carefully made, the fish eye cuts there, and then using a wrench, nap gas torch here, and I used a digital level. I made sure this was level to 0, and then I kept checking the pipe to make sure this was 0 as I grind it down using 60 grit flat discs here with my grinder. And then I used this belt sander. This is a Ryobi. This is 4" by 36", but this was the perfect curvature for that fish mouth to go on my 2.5" pipe here. And again, this is the passenger side manifold. I have to measure where I'm going to put this. There is extra here so I can cut later and adjust for my turbo, but it's coming along real nice, and I just have to clear the surfaces here and get them ready for welding. Time to put the new welding cart to work. Check out my other videos if you want to learn about this and how I built it and fitted it out. This is actually a small rolling tool cart, came in handy. We're going to weld stainless steel, so we want to make sure we use the right wire. Let's go ahead and get this loaded. All right, so pipe is fit and cut down. Just going to tack it in, use some tape to hold it in place for now. Get the tacks going, and then we'll get this TIG welded up later on. All right, guys, I know it doesn't look like much, but the manifold is tacked in, and that's where the turbo is going to connect right there. And I figured out the turbo and where we're clocking it. So now it's time to fabricate some driver's side stuff, and it's a process. Trust the process. Let's build the driver's side manifold. We have a stock shorty header that's mounted up loosely in place, and we got to cut the collector down there and then frame in how we're going to have a reducer and connect over to this passenger side manifold. Okay, under the truck real quick, cutting out the old exhaust and get that out of the way. I'm going to go forward and give it a little wiggle. There we go. All right, let's cut off the end of that header that we don't need anymore. So the weld stainless steel, in case anyone was wondering, D7. Those are the settings I'm running, and I'm welding 18 gauge stainless steel pipe. So off camera, what I was doing is grinding and shaping this to make it smooth and making sure I'm down to bare metal when I get ready to weld. I took an adapter pipe that goes from 3" to 2.5", because this is my hot side piping size, and this is 3-inch. This will adapt. I cut a 30-degree angle on here. This is my mark, so I know it has to go this way. And instead of it connecting straight, now I can angle it like this. And so what I'm gonna do now is form this with a hammer and get it really close together, tack it in place, and then bolt it up again and see how's that working out. Well, if it ain't one thing, it's another. I just realized that bottom of my header tube is hitting that engine mount right here. Boom, boom, boom. Now, I can't shave the engine mount, so we need to gently persuade the header. Of course, when we're persuading, we need to use leverage. Just to show you what I did underneath the car, I made these several lines on here, and I very carefully traced them so they touch. And so now I know that's my angle. Connect the lines. Boom. Easy. Keep it simple, guys. This is unfortunately a lot of trial and error, and I'll spare you the video on this, but I'm going to bolt this back in, make sure it's the right angle, come back and form all this metal tight, tack it all in, and then I'll TIG weld it once I'm all ready to do that in one shot. They're not pretty, I know. I'm just tacking it in place, and that way I can bring them to my buddy who does TIG welding, and we'll clean these all up. But in the meantime, I'm making some good penetration and heat. This thing's coming together. And for me running a turbo setup in my hot rod, this is gonna work. Okay, so I'm working on the main passenger pipe that charges the turbo. That's the V-band flange there. Just to call out, tack this in place. I'm gonna be grinding these down. This was just to hold the pipe when it was in the car. Now what you do is you come back and weld inside, and tack all in there. Now I'm taking my time and I wanted to get some good tacks so this would not move anymore. You have to be careful because this will transfer heat and you could warp the flange very easily. So now, since this is all tacked around, I took my time going back and forth between all the different ports. I can come in here and have this TIG welded and then drill this out from the inside. So that way, obviously all the exhaust flows correctly, and then use a grinding wheel or a, grinding deburring bit to grind all that out and make it smooth and pretty. I went a little crazy there, but this is the bottom so you won't see it. And then I also started going inside. Also started going inside and tacking it so it wouldn't move. That way I could mount this in place with the turbo and not worry about it coming apart or bending out of shape. Measure and mark. Time to do some cutting. Yep, that should hold it. Okay, so it took a lot of grinding and fabrication here, but I finally got the angle on this right, and I got the angle on this one right. It's time to weld on the V-bands so I can mate these. This is my driver's side header, goes down and connect here, and then I can run my pipe across and start connecting to the passenger side. And voila, just like that. We got our V-band on to connect to our lower pipe here. And then this comes over here, and we're gonna snake it over there to the passenger side. Got the passenger side manifold here mocked up. I gotta take about an inch out of this space and have that same curve. So I scribed it, getting ready to connect this pipe and test fit it before we weld it. And as you can see, it's a lot of trial and error, making some cuts, grinding back more, making another mark, test fit in place, make another mark, grind it. And when you're done, you have a nice even edge, connect the pipes together and weld. Let's test fit this one and weld it in place. If you're watching this video, just remember it's a huge pain in the ass to fabricate turbo pipes at home on your garage floor. Let me show you this. Okay, so that's coming from the passenger side down. I was able to tack it in place underneath the truck here on my little portable lift here. So the truck's about 2 feet in the air, but it's still tight being on a creeper. I just tacked it in as best I could so it holds. The fitment is good. So now I could pull it out, grind down those bad welds and finish weld it. And it's real tight here, but this is all going to be ceramic coated in the end, and I might have to clearance that a little bit with a hammer or something, but I think we'll be okay. Now time to connect that passenger side over to the driver's side. We'll be good to go. Okay, so this is about another hour or so off camera, but underneath the truck it was hard to shoot this, but we now have a connecting side from passenger to driver. I need to cut this and add a V-band clamp, grind all this down and weld it properly, trying to tack it under the truck so it would not come apart, because I had to keep this exact shape because of routing around the transmission. So when I get that done, I'll show you a picture of that later. So quite a bit of progress was made over the last couple weeks, adding an hour or two in here and there. This is the connection side from the driver to the passenger. And then this is the passenger side header, so it all connects together with V-bands. I had to redo this a couple of times. I lost some video, unfortunately, so this worked out really well, though. These pipes slide into each other, so what I had to do to redo this was cut and angle that piece, cut this and play with the adjustment. So as that V-band was hooked up to the driver's side manifold, I would spin and turn and extend this and whatever and play with it, tack it all in place under the truck, which was really difficult to do because I'm only about 1.5 or 2 foot off the ground on my lift, and then match up to the passenger side here. So now all that's done, I can grind it down and finish weld it, and that's what's going on. Okay, so a lot of grinding with 60 grit just to smooth this out a bit. I would consider this maybe step 2 at this point because we fabbed the pipes, welded it up and grinded it down. Well, tacked it up anyways. Now it's got to go for TIG welding. Once it's TIG welded, I'll still test fit everything, make sure it's good to go, and then send it out to get ceramic coated, so that way it'll help with the heat control. We have our On3 Performance Wastegate. It's going to weld to this flush end. This is going to go on the pipe end. Let me unbox and show you this thing. This is just a beautiful wastegate. I mean, On3 Performance, all their stuff is just gorgeous, really well manufactured. Highly recommend. I have 2 of these. One's already on the turbo side. I also have a blow-off valve. This is going to weld on like that. Okay, I marked center here. Let's use the punch. Make sure the drill bit doesn't walk on us. All right, well, took 2 bits here. I don't know. This one is definitely bimetal. I had another Milwaukee set. I guess is not. I don't really know. Don't really care. We'll clean that up later. Let's get ready to weld this on. All right, so we're just going to tack this on because I'm going to TIG weld this later tonight. It actually lines up really good with the hole there. Okay, ugly, but it's on. It's tacked in. It's not going anywhere. We'll grind this down, clean it up, come back and TIG weld everything inside and out, including this pipe and all my other pipes. But I'm glad that's done and we can move on to other things. Nice job laying down the beads. All right, making progress. Time to do the other side. Quick update on the turbo build. Let's see what's been going on lately.
This is perpendicular to the axis of the pipe.
Right.
Then that's where you would want to cut it. So like kind of right in here somewhere.
Let's do it.
So mark that.
All right. Let's see if she'll fit.
Yeah, you probably get a clamp on that. Cool.
Right? Look at that.
Nope, no welding.
Yeah, 120. So 120 makes it fit. Look at that. I just put the blow-off valve. I don't know. We'll see spacing wise. Maybe we want to put it on here so there's more space. Just make a rough line here. There we go. So we're going to cut this out here. The battery can slide forward and over a little bit. That's it. Now, there we go. Put a heat shield here, but as much as we can get this over in like Flint. So it's really feeling like progress finally here. Got the driver's side manifold bolted up so we could test fit this. Figured this out fine. Got this going up to our carb hat. We'll have a spacer there. We have to, obviously, there's a lot to finish up here, but just to mock everything up. This fits, that'll fit there, good. We have alternator moved here. This is in the way, so we're gonna cut at this angle and then marry up a new pipe like that. And that way, this will come straight out and we'll have the blow-off valve right here. Plenty of room on this side and to go down there. And that'll connect up to our exhaust. And so the exhaust part will come out here like 45 up and over. Hole through here, boom, cut that through. We'll have to insulate and wrap all that stuff. Exhaust will run down here and come out the bedside. So a lot of fab work still to do, but at least it's coming together. Follow along this multi-part build series to see me install a custom turbo on my 1965 Ford F1 hot rod. See you next time.